Three, two, one. Welcome to this published author's interview. My name is Kenneth Moyengo, and with me I have a special guest that I will be interviewing. But first of all, I just want to mention, if you would like to write a book and become an author yourself, there's a link with this interview for you to join the group. Click on the link to join the group, become an author, and write your first book to connect with other like-minded people who are doing the same. With that said, I would like to get into the interview and ask my guest to say hello to you and to introduce herself.
Hello, my name is Shannon Donaldson. I am a nurse. I've been a nurse for 16 years and counting, and I have written 2 books pertaining to healthcare, of course. I also work in healthcare IT. I support EMRs, which are the electronic medical records. So I teach, support, and maintain the computer software, as well as teaching it to staff members. So doctors, nurses, secretaries, techs, anyone that works within the hospital needs to use the software, I may teach them. And I also help maintain it. I have written 2 books. One is called My Journey versus Chronic Fibromyalgia. And I have a second book where I am a co-author called Story for the Gods.
Wow. Thank you so much. Quite a profile. So you're a nurse and then you do the EMR and the software for the hospital?
Yes, I work in healthcare IT.
And you train also other doctors and everybody who wants to learn how to use the software.
That is correct.
Wow. It must be very busy for you right now, considering the times.
It is very busy times with what's going on outside in the world.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much for making time for the interview. And you also mentioned that you are an author, and that's the aspect of your profile that I want us to zero in on this interview. So you have written 2 books. Can you tell us more about your books and the book that you published yourself and the vision that you have for that book?
Yes. So the first book I wrote is called My Journey versus Chronic Fibromyalgia. I self-published that book because I have fibromyalgia. And I wanted to write it not from a nursing aspect, but from a patient's aspect, and let other people know that I recognize their pain. I know the struggle that they're going through just to get a diagnosis. And then as time goes on and what treatment works from what doesn't work, how it affects your family, your life, your work life, you as an individual. And I just wanted to support other people with doing so. With the second book, I actually influenced my friend, and she wanted to write a book, but then she turned around and decided she wanted to be the publisher. So she gathered women all over the world to write short stories, and she gathered it and put it in one book. So we have people from America, from London, from Africa, from all over the place that shared their short stories that were meaningful and impactful in their life. My short story within that book was about endometriosis. It's another disease that I also have that a lot of women suffer.
I see.
My fibromyalgia book actually leads into that short story. And that short story, I'm considering making a 3rd book where it just flows right into each other.
I see. You said it's fibromyalgia. How
Yes.
would you say that in English? Because that sounds very
That's
medical.
the name. That is the name, fibromyalgia. It's a very strange disease. Doctors still, they don't understand it. Depending on which doctor you go to, they may say it's a nerve disease. Another doctor may say it's a psychological problem and you're perceiving this pain in a different way. But it's different levels of pain that hit different parts of your body at random times. It can be caused and triggered by stress, weather, or it could be random. You know,
Wow.
your arm can hurt, your leg can hurt. Recently, my left arm hurt in a way I couldn't touch my own arm. Water couldn't touch it. I couldn't do anything. It was just so sensitive. It's just random. My leg may hurt and then I can't walk. So it's strange. It's stressful.
Yeah.
Some people may think you're always complaining and that you're not having the pain that you're having,
Yeah.
because I may look normal right now, but truth be told, I'm in a lot of pain. But I just know how to mask it well because I deal with it on a regular basis.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see
Sorry
what you
about
mean. Wow. No, it's all right. But thank you so much for sharing this. And wow, it's
Yeah,
so
it's very,
this is what your book is about.
yes. So it's about how I first came about having the pain suddenly. It's about going to the different doctors. Some doctors are aware of fibromyalgia, some aren't. Some treat you as though you're seeking drugs because you're just on this high level of pain.
Yeah.
Um, some don't believe you, some do. And then some are more holistic. Some just want you to. I've had medical massages. I've had a prescription for medical massage, and it is phenomenal. It is different than a regular massage.
Yeah.
I've had other providers where they just kept prescribing medication. And then the meds that they prescribe may be for nerve meds, diabetic, or depression. And it's somehow supposed to help the pain that we have as patients with fibromyalgia. Even though I don't have diabetes and I may not be depressed, those are the meds they prescribe.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's a hit and a miss. You know, there's not one pill that fixes it, and there's no cure. So
Wow.
it's an ongoing battle.
I see what you mean. Well, I wish you lots of strength
Thank
with
you.
this ongoing battle, Shannon. And thank you so much for sharing this. Um, so when you think about the journey that you're on as far as this is concerned, would you say that that is what was your inspiration to write this book?
I had flared up really bad, and I was at a low point where I wasn't getting relief, and I was stuck in the bed. And I just kept thinking, there has to be another way. Like, someone has to tell me something. I need a guide, like a book, something to do to tell me if this happened, then do this.
Yeah.
And not medicine. You know, I need some type of relief.
Yeah.
And then going from doctor to doctor, it gets frustrating. And you may deterred from going to the doctor, and you may want to try other things.
Yeah.
So I felt like it's unfair, the pain that I feel. And I didn't think other people should feel that type of pain. Like, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And so I just wanted to be able to help others. Like, the pain I felt, at that moment, I just felt like no one else should feel this pain. And then I just decided I need to write some type of guide. Like, you know.
I see. Wow. Wow, thank you so much for doing that. Then if someone else finds themselves in a situation like this, then and they look for a guide, at least they will find something.
Yes.
Wow, I'm reminded of a quote I had. Somebody said, if you look for a book about a topic and you cannot find it, maybe it's you to write it. And
Yeah.
and And this just really speaks deeply about that you looked for the book about something to do as far as the situation is concerned, and you couldn't find any, and you decided to just
Write my
write
own.
write the book yourself. Wow. Wow.
And to share it with others. And I'm going to extend on it. I'm going to go into a deeper level
Yes,
on it, you know, because I just kind of skimmed the surface.
I see.
Um, yeah.
Wow. And so the aspect of you deciding on the topic as far as this was concerned, it was because you already knew what you were looking for, and because you couldn't find it, you already knew, like, clearly what your topic was going to be about the book. Or was it, did you have a struggle with that, or was it an easy process for you to choose the topic for the book?
I knew the topic. That was a given because I had a reason for writing it. I had a, I wanted to do something with it. I wanted to take it to another level and just give it to people. Like I've even just given it away for free, just just so
Exactly.
I can, you know, help other people. The
Yeah.
challenge was writing it because with fibromyalgia, they call it fibro fog, where I may not be able to fully concentrate at times, if like during a flare up, and with that I also have memory loss. So I may have short-term memory loss. So I may decide I'm going to write a chapter and then I may forget what I'm going to write. And then
Wow.
I'll have to write little notes and then I have to remember what the notes mean. So it took time to write it. I did do an outline, but then I slowly filled the chapters
And then, wow. So that helped that you had the outline, at least you have bits and pieces in there, and then you can just fill it in gradually,
in.
right?
Right, right.
Wow, awesome. Um, and some people say they struggle with writing. And when I hear you talk about it, it's like the struggle is not in the writing aspect. Do you consider yourself as a naturally talented writer, or is writing a skill that you have developed over time?
I've always loved to write. I've loved reading and writing. Um, with writing, it's just finding the time to do so,
Yeah.
you know. So I've used different apps to help me keep me on task, to
Uh-huh.
remind me as chapters, you know, flow through. I may write them down, keep them in notes. I kept them organized. But I outlined what they teach you in school is what really works.
Yeah.
Do that outline, brainstorm, that works.
Yeah.
And then put everything together and organize it how you want.
I see. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. And I see what you mean as far as this journey that you've been on is concerned. And I can only imagine the kind of pain that you're going through. But I'm thinking there has to be a point on this journey that got you to say, I'm going to write this book. What would you tell me is that one thing that has happened in this journey that got you on the decision to write this book, and then now you are thinking about writing something to follow up as far as that is concerned?
Finding an answer on how to stop the pain.
Wow, that's deep.
Yes, because there's no cure and
And
I'll have it forever. So it's ongoing.
And what you just do is you just have to stop the pain and calm yourself down, and wow,
And I'll be okay.
wow. Thank you so much. And are you currently working on any other projects at the moment?
Um, the part 2 of this book, part 2, I'm slowly working on it.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Shannon. I really appreciate this interview, and I know that our viewers and listeners will appreciate it very much too. But before we end the interview, I just want to know, where can people buy this book? If someone watches this interview and they would like to buy your book, where can they buy it, and how can they connect with you?
Well, of course, it's on Amazon, and with that, it's at Google, it's at various bookstores all across. I have it set to be at a variety of bookstores. If you just Google the book, it will pop up in a list of different stores. You can find it, mainly Amazon and Google. Google Books, that is.
Yeah,
Story for the Gods. There's a set website. I could provide the link for you
and then
for that website to get to it.
awesome. We'll put the links with the interview online, so that whenever you watch the interview, the links will be in the
Mhm.
bio, and you can just click on that.
All right. And I'm also on Instagram, Arthur Shannon K. And I'm on Facebook as Shannon K.
Very nice. We will put those links as well with the interview for people to connect with you. And my last question, not the least, is there something else that you would like to mention that we have not touched on in the interview?
Health is important. Everyone can see with what's going on in the world. Your health is important. It's important to start with the basics. Eat your fruits and vegetables, your grains, stick to that pyramid that we all were taught when we were younger. Try to cut back on the fast food and the junk. Exercise. Spend time with your loved ones. Your health is really important. And sometimes people don't realize it until they get sick or a loved one is severely sick, and then they realize. Don't wait until that point comes, and just take care of yourself and encourage your family, your friends, and your community to also stay healthy. Eat your fruits and veggies.
Wow. Thank you so much, Shannon. This was very insightful and very powerful. Thank you so much for sharing and for making the time for it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I will be keeping in touch with you.
All right. Have a good day. Thank you.
You too.